Hey dear learners, welcome back to e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. I am Assistant Professor Rajeshwari Sharma and this lecture is for the BCom 6th semester English medium for the subject Advanced Statistics. So today we are going to start with the first unit of this subject, which is associated with the correlation analysis. So as it's a new subject, so we would start it with the new Josh today, okay? And I hope you would watch the lectures, you would practice the problems that we are going to solve over here. So let's start with the concept of correlation analysis. So what is mean by correlation? Have you ever heard this word correlation? I'm sure you all have heard this word many times, okay? So let's see what is the meaning of correlation. See, correlation is a statistical tool which studies the relationship between two variables. Now what is mean by two variables? We can call it two factors as well. Okay, like if there is some tool which is studying the relationship between two variables, say price and demand. So we can say that the tool is being used to study the relationship between price and demand, where the price is one variable and the demand is another variable. So what is correlation? Correlation is a statistical tool which studies the relationship between two variables. Like correlation can be used to study the relationship between the price and demand. Okay. And correlation analysis involves various methods and techniques used for studying and measuring the extent of relationship between two variables. Now we have seen the meaning of correlation. Okay. Further we will see what is correlation analysis. So here it's being given that correlation analysis is an analysis which involves various methods and techniques used for studying and measuring the extent of relationship between two variables. So here it's being said that correlation analysis, when we talk about the correlation analysis, so it consists of various methods and techniques. Like in our syllabus we are going to see two techniques, that is Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation and rank correlation. So in coefficient analysis, different methods and techniques are used for studying the relationship between the two variables. Okay, so the relationship between two variables or the two factors are being considered, are being studied with the help of different methods, with the help of different formulas under the different methods, different techniques. Okay, so in correlation analysis, what is basically done here, the relationship between the two variables are studied by using different methods and techniques, and it is determined what kind of relationship is there between them and up to what extent the relationship exists between the two variables, like we have seen the example of price and demand. Okay, so now I hope you guys are clear with the concept of this correlation and the correlation analysis. Now we will see some definitions which are given by the scholars in correlation. Okay, so first definition that we are going to see here is given by Croxton and Cowden. Of course this name seems to be difficult, but still when you are going to see the definition you would realize that this concept is not that difficult. So let's see the definition given by Croxton and Cowden. First one is, when the relationship is of quantitative nature, the appropriate statistical tool for discovering and measuring the relationship and expressing it in a brief formula is known as correlation. So Croxton and Cowden says that when the relationship is of quantitative nature, like price and demand. Okay, so we will assume the price of some commodity is 10 rupees in market, say commodity X, okay, is 10 rupees in market, and at this price the demand for this commodity is 5 units. Okay, and then when the price is increasing from 10 to 20, So the demand is reducing from 5 units to 3 units. So here we can see that this data is of quantitative nature. It is expressed in terms of number. We can calculate it in the terms of percentage. Okay. So when this kind of relationship exists between data, means when the relationship is of quantitative nature, then the appropriate statistical tool for discovering and measuring the relationship and expressing it in a brief formula is known as correlation. So, for measuring the relationship between this data, which is of quantitative nature, the technique which is used, whereby we see the different methods, we see the different formula, is known as correlation. So, Croxton and Cowden says correlation is basically a technique whereby different methods and formulas are used for measuring the relationship between the two variables, for measuring the relationship between the data which is of quantitative nature. Like we have seen the example of price and demand over here. So now we will see the another definition which has been given by L.R. Connor. Okay. So what does he say? He says if two or more variable quantities vary in sympathy so that movements in one tend to be accompanied by corresponding movement in the others, then they are said to be correlated. So now we will try to understand this definition again with the help of an example. See, here we will see the example of price and supply. Let's assume the price of commodity X in the market is 10 rupees, and at this price the 2 units of commodity X is being supplied in the market. Okay, and now what happens? The price changes from 10 to 20 rupees, and at this price of 20 rupees the 4 units of commodity X is being supplied in the market. So what's happening with the increase in the price of a commodity X, the supply of the commodity X is increasing. Means if the two or more quantities vary in sympathy. So here we can see that price, due to increase in price, the supply is increasing. So when the two or more quantity vary in sympathy, so that movements in the one tend to be accompanied by corresponding movement in another, then they are said to be correlated. So here we can see that due to movement in price, means due to increase in price, the supply of commodity has been increased. Okay, so here we will say that these two variables, that is price and supply, is correlated to each other. So I hope now you are clear with the meaning of the correlation and you have understood the definition given by L.R. Connor as well. Now we will see the different types of correlation. So basically there are 8 types that we are going to see here. First one over here is positive correlation. Right now we have seen the meaning of correlation. Now we will see what is the meaning of positive correlation. See, we will consider there are 2 variables, okay? And when both the variables shows the movement in same direction, so they are said to be positively correlated. Like we will try to understand this with the help of an example. See, we will consider price and supply. So here price is one variable and supply is another variable. Okay. Now we will say that price is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and we will consider that supply is 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units and 5 units. Okay. So here what you can observe, when the price is rupees 10, so the units of quantity supplied is 1. When the price is increasing from 10 to 20, so the units of quantity supplied is also being increased from 1 to 2. And in this way, when the price is further increasing up to rupees 50, so the supply is also increasing with the increase in price up to 5 units. So here what you can observe, due to change in one variable or especially due to increase in one variable, the another variable, that is supply, is also being increased. Means both the variables, that is price and supply, are showing same movement. Both are going upward. Both are showing increasing trend. So in this case, these two variable, price and supply, would be called positively correlated. Okay. So in case of positive correlation, you will find the change in same direction between the two variables. If there is going to be increase in one variable, so another will also increase, and if there is going to be decline in one variable, so another will also decline. So when two variables are correlated in such a way, so it is known as positive correlation. The second one over here is negative correlation. Now what is mean by negative correlation? When we talk about the negative correlation, so it is exactly opposite of positive correlation. When the two variables shows a reverse trend or reverse direction, so it's known as negative correlation. Like we will take an example to understand this concept of negative correlation. See, here we will take the example of price and demand. Okay, again we will consider that the price is of commodity X and demand is also given for commodity X. Now price is 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 40 rupees and 50 rupees. Demand is 5 units, 4 units, 3 units, 2 units and 1 unit. So here what you can see, when the price is 10 rupees, so the quantity demanded is 5 units. When the price is further increasing to 20 rupees, so the quantity demanded is declining to 4 units. When the price is further increasing to 30 rupees, 40 rupees and 50 rupees, so quantity demanded is further declining to 3 units, 2 units and 1 unit. So here what you can observe, due to increase in one variable, that is price, the another variable is declining, that is demand is declining. So we would say that these two variables, that is price and demand, is negatively correlated. So what is basically the negative correlation? When the two variables shows reverse trend. When due to increase in one variable, another variable declines. Okay, so it's known as negative correlation. So here in this example, we will say that there is negative correlation between price and demand for the commodity. The next one over here is simple correlation. What is mean by simple correlation? See, when the relationship between only two variables are being studied, so it's known as simple correlation. Rightly, we have taken the example of price and supply. Okay. Then we have taken the example of price and demand. Okay. So when the relationship between only two variables are being studied, so it's known as simple correlation. Okay. When we are studying due to change in price, how the supply would react, so it's again going to be simple correlation. If we are studying what's the relationship between the price and demand, if we are going to study how the change in price would impact the change in demand, so again it would be the matter of simple correlation. So when the relationship between only two variables are being taken into consideration, when the relationship between only two variables are being studied or are being measured, so it is known as simple correlation. Now we will see what is mean by multiple correlation. See, now if we talk about demand, again if we talk about demand, so demand is impacted by many factors, like it is impacted by price, then it is impacted by income of consumer, then it is impacted by price of related goods, then it can be impacted by the government policies, it can be impacted by taste and preferences of consumer. Okay, So these are the different factors because of which demand can be impacted. Okay. So when the relationship between demand and all these factors are being taken into consideration, when the relationship between demand and all these factors are being studied, then it's known as multiple correlation. Okay. So I hope now you are clear with the concept of multiple correlation. Okay. Now we will see the meaning of partial correlation. See, when you talk about the multiple correlation, so it is again of two types. First one is partial correlation and another one is total correlation. So what is basically the meaning of partial correlation? See, here I have told you that there are many factors which impacts the demand for a particular commodity. But when all these factors are being excluded from consideration and only the relationship between the demand and price is being studied. So in this case it would be called as partial correlation. Why only partial correlation? Because here we are studying the relationship between only two variables, that is demand and price, and the effect of all other variables, that is income, price of related goods, government policies, taste and preferences of consumers are being included. That is why it is known as partial correlation. Now next one that we are going to see here is total correlation. Now what is mean by total correlation? So see, if the correlation between all these factors are being studied, that is demand, and when the study is being made between all these factors, all this variable, like how demand would be impacted by change in price, change in income, change in price of related good, change in government policy, change in taste and preferences of consumer, when all these factors would be taken into consideration for measuring the relationship, when all these factors would be studied for calculating correlation, then it would be termed as total correlation. The next one that we are going to see here is linear correlation. Now when we talk about the linear correlation, so it depends upon the proportion of change. Okay. When we talk about the linear and non-linear correlation, so these are the correlations which depends upon the proportion of change. Like we will take the example of price and demand to understand the concept of linear correlation. Let's assume price of commodity is 10 rupees, okay, and the quantity demanded at this price is 1 unit, okay, and then the price increases from 10 to 20 rupees, and just assume the price of commodity is 10 rupees and at 10 rupees 2 units are being demanded, okay, and when the price increases from 10 rupees to 20 rupees, so demand declines from 2 unit to 1 unit. So here you can see that there is 100% change in the price of commodity, okay, and due to this 100% change in price of commodity, there is 100% change in demand. Due to 100% increase in the price of commodity, there is 100% decline in the price in the demand for that commodity, okay. So here what you can observe, there is constant proportion in the increment of price and decrement of demand, okay. So when such type of constant proportion is found between two variables, so there is going to be linear relationship between them. Like due to 100% increase in price, demand has also been decreased 100%. So in such case, we will say there is linear relationship between these two variables. And when there is going to be linear relationship between two variables, so you would get linear correlation, okay. The next one over here is non-linear correlation. Now we will take another example to understand the concept of non-linear correlation. Again we will take the example of price and demand. Okay, so here we will assume that price of commodity is 100 units, 100 rupees, and at this 100 rupees 100 units are being demanded. Okay, when the price of commodity increased further to 200 rupees, so the demand declines to 70 units. So here what we can see, price is increasing by 100%, but demand is being reduced only by 30%. So here we can see that the ratio of change is not equal. Okay, if the price is increasing by 100%, so the demand is decreasing only by 30%. Means the ratio of change in one variable, that is price, and ratio of change in another variable, that is demand, is not constant. They are different. So in such case, this relationship between two variables would be called non-linear relationship. So these are the different types of correlation that we have seen today. In another video lecture, we would start with another concept. Till then, you just keep watching the video lectures, keep studying the concept, because this theory of course will help you to understand the numericals, and of course it will help you in solving the MCQs as well if there is going to be the MCQ exam in future. So you just keep watching the video lectures, you just keep studying, and in case you are going to have any doubt in your subject, so you can ask me, you can have a discussion with me. Thank you.